Hi everybody, I'm Jessica. I'm a pediatric sleep coach. Yeah, I'm based here in Spain, in Barcelona. I'm living here with my two sons and my husband. And yeah, so I'm in lockdown, as maybe all of you right here in Spain or even worldwide, a lot of families are stuck inside. So why I'm doing this live video right now? Well, it is because it's challenging. It's a real challenge to stay inside with kids, little ones, bigger ones, even for yourself. If you don't have kids, it's not nice. It's weird. It's a really bizarre situation we're living at the moment. And yeah, so we're going to see how we can, make things as easy as possible in this not so easy situation. And so, as I said, I'm a sleep coach. I work with adults and with children. And right now, this is a video for families. Yeah. So maybe even if you don't have children, this might give you some extra tips, but it's mainly thought for parents. Why is that? Because of the last couple of days, I noticed that sleep is really affected by the lockdown. I never thought about this. Well, I never been in a situation like this. So it never crossed my mind. But I could see from my own two children. I have a 5-year-old boy and a year and a half old boy. So I got two boys, and they're very active. And obviously they're affected physically because they don't like being inside. But I can see how their sleep is worsening. I never thought this, be connected. And the families I'm working with at the moment, who are in lockdown mode as well, they reported back that yes, sleep is worse. It's more challenging. It's harder to implement sleeping patterns. The kids waking up more often during the night. So something is off. Yeah, even like past clients I worked with maybe months ago or even years ago, they suddenly out of the blue sent me text saying, hey, what's happening? Why is my baby or my child not sleeping anymore or not as well as before? So what's going on? Yeah. And I was wondering, yeah, what's going on? Why is that? And what can we do? To be honest, I have no clue. I have no idea exactly what's the perfect solution, because all the tips I give parents normally involve being outside a lot, yeah, doing something outside. So now this is not an option. So what can we do? Yeah. What I want to do here with this video is first of all share maybe some ideas why this can be the case. Yeah, what is the behind? Why suddenly there are some sleeping problems, or you as well having sleeping issue? Yeah. And as I said, I don't have a solution. Yeah, I do not. I just see what we can do. But let's go step by step through a couple of points I think might be relevant why your kids or even you are not sleeping that well anymore. Yeah, or like bit by bit spiraling out of control, and you can see, oh, this is getting worse. Yeah, the baby, the 1.5-year-old, this night woke up at 5. He never does that. Yesterday it was 5 o'clock as well. He's crying. His naps are all over the places. And normally both of my kids are such good sleepers. I mean, they should. No, this is what I do for a living. But yeah, I can see it's affecting us. Okay, let's talk about light. Light is the first big issue here we have. And I mean, we live in Spain. We have a lot of sunlight. Yeah, we are used to be out all time, and being at the beach or being outside, and now we're stuck inside. Yes, obviously the missing light factor is a really huge negative point for our sleep. Yeah, why is that? Because light is resetting our body clock every day. We have like a circadian rhythm. It's called circadian rhythm, which is like an inner body clock, like a rhythm we have. So our body knows when to go to sleep, when to wake up, when to eat, when to do anything actually. Yeah, when to issue or admit some hormones, when to do this and that, when to repair cells, anything at all. Yeah. So for this to be really working in the perfect or as perfect way our body can, it needs his body clock synced as perfectly as possible. Yeah, and light is doing that. Yeah. There are other factors as well, but I would say the main factor is for sure light. And now we inside, we don't have as much light. And I'm not talking about sunshine. Sunshine is nice, but it's just daylight. Our eyes need to receive daylight, because daylight, depending on the moment of the day, if it's morning, midday, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, the light waves are different. Yeah, so this is why you see in a rainbow, all kind of colors. Yeah, so different light waves has different colors. We don't see them because for us it's all white, or it's all, you know, not there. But if the rain breaks these lights, you can actually see the rainbow. Yeah, and you can see, okay, there's light. This is why we call some wavelengths, some specific ones, blue light. Yeah, they don't look blue to us, but they are like on the blue spectrum, and there's red light, and there's all kind of different lights. Yeah, so these different types of lights, depending on the day, giving little signals here right between our eyes. We have a little gland receiving all this information and telling us where we are in time, which is so important. Yeah, we need to know if it's morning, if it's midday, if it's afternoon, if it's night, so that our body can do its work accordingly. If not, the body has no clue. This is why we have jet lag. Yeah, we have this inner body clock, and our body knows, okay, let's say it's 6 o'clock p.m., 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Now we're traveling 6 hours, well, a flight going to America, and there's a time difference of 6 hours, and suddenly the light in America hits our little gland here, telling us, oh, you're mistaken, it's not 6 o'clock p.m., it's actually 12 o'clock midday. Yeah, because the light is different. The light at 6 p.m. is so different than the light at 12 p.m. Yeah, so this is why we need light, that we're really functioning well, and we don't have this anymore. For the last 5 or 6 days, we don't have a lot, at least. I'm not saying we're completely living in a dark cave, but we're not as much outside as we normally were. Yeah, even if you don't spend your whole afternoon outside, but yeah, you once in a while go out, you have to run some errands, you have to go to the supermarket, you pick up your kids from school, you do this, you do that, and maybe on purpose, yes, you go to the beach, go to the park, but you are outside a lot more than now. Yeah, and our kids especially are a lot more outside normally, and they not anymore. Yeah, and even if you're living in a bright house with huge windows, which is great, good for you, it's not the same. The glass is filtering the waves. Yeah, so it's better than, as I said, living in a dark cave, but it's not even close to being really outside. Yeah, so what can you do, especially with your kids, because they need this light stimulus? If not, their whole body clock system is out of sync, and it's gonna go from bad to worse. Yeah, so the signal is missing for them when to produce melatonin, for example. Yeah, melatonin is making you sleepy. Or when is morning, when is midday, when do I have to take a nap or not, or go to bed? So the message system is not there anymore, or at least a lot weaker. Yeah, and this is causing over time, yeah, even after a few days, you can see this, worse sleep. Yeah, so it's not good. Oh, sorry, my cat. Yeah. So what can you do? If you have a balcony or you have a little terrace, go with your kids outside. Yeah. If you don't, then sit next to a window and open the window so that some actually clear light is coming through, unfiltered into their eyes. Yeah, so it's not enough just to let them play next to a window and yes, it's nice and sunny and blah blah blah. It's not. Yeah, so they need, even if you say maybe 15-20 minutes in the morning, maybe a couple of minutes during midday, you know, after or before lunch, and then maybe a little bit before they go to bed in the early afternoon or afternoons. Yeah, you don't need to be outside on your balcony, you know, camping outside on your balcony for an hour. It's not necessary, but yeah, just whatever you can is helping a lot. Yeah, so this is really important. And then apart from, you know, your body clock and getting the right signals, what light is doing as well is producing serotonin. Serotonin is a hormone which makes us happy. Yeah, it's not like this crazy being frantic happy like dopamine. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I'm so happy. It's more like I'm being in a relaxed way happy. I'm being content. Yeah, and wow, we all want that. So give me the more serotonin possible. Yeah, serotonin is really important, and light helps to stimulate the production of serotonin. Yeah, not sunshine, but just light. Sunshine is fine, but I'm talking about really daylight here. So, and why do we need serotonin? To be in a good mood. It's fine. Yeah. So if your kid's in a good mood, being in a lockdown is a lot more sustainable. Yeah, you can like survive it better if they're in a really good or kind of okay mood than just being in a really bad and cranky mood. So serotonin, yes, the more the better. But there is another compound to this, and it is serotonin is the building block for melatonin. Yeah, so melatonin is another hormone we do need for our bodies to get a signal, go to sleep. Yeah, it's not a sleeping pill. I know everybody's talking about melatonin, Tom, and eating melatonin like it were gummy bears and thinking, oh, I'm so healthy now and I'm gonna sleep like a baby. No, it's not. Yeah, it's a hormone you're eating. It's not a herb. But yeah, we need melatonin, but our own production. Yeah, so don't get melatonin pills or something or supplements. This is not gonna help matters. Yeah, this is not what I'm talking here about. But help your body to produce the right amount of melatonin you need. Yeah, or your kids need, and your body needs tryptophan and other stuff, of course. And it's a really complicated process, but just for making things a bit easier here, you need serotonin, and serotonin is produced if you have enough light. Yeah, so I know it's very simple, and if somebody really is like a scientific researcher, this is like a very simple explanation, but more or less it's like this. You need serotonin to be happy and to be content, and then in the night and at night your body can actually convert this into melatonin, and you're gonna have a better sleep quality. It's easier for you or for your kids to go to sleep and to stay asleep. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, good. So we talked about light, and as I said, I don't have the solution. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I mean, I have a tiny apartment here, living with 2 kids, my mom and my husband, and 3 cats. So yeah, it's crazy. But we have a little balcony, and we try to do whatever we can on the balcony. Maybe when we're doing crafts or reading books, instead of sitting on the sofa, we just try to see if we can do it somehow on the balcony. Yeah. Even if that means when it's a bit colder, putting on jackets, but just be a little bit outside with not being outside. Okay, good. Let's talk about another thing. I think a lot of people don't really know it has to do something with sleep or good quality sleep, and this is gravity. Gravity? Yeah, you would say gravity. Yeah, and actually the first time I heard about it was from a study, NASA, how do you say that? NASA, like the one with the spaceships and the astronaut, did a while back ago, because they figured out, or they saw if they have astronauts, in their space stations, living there for a long period of time, like for weeks or even months, that most of them got really severe insomnia. Yeah, I mean, obviously being in space and not having gravity has a lot of other health issues, but they saw a really direct connection with being too much in space, not having gravity. And while, yes, obviously they don't have, sunlight and stuff like this, or I don't know if they have sunlight, but well, they figured out that gravity has really something to do why the astronauts develop insomnia, yeah, sleep issues, sleep problems. And they try to figure out what they can do to, counteract these bad outcomes a little bit. And they found out that our body really needs gravity to function well, yeah, and to sleep well. So not just for our, body system in general, but just to sleep well, yeah. So what does this have to do? I mean, we're not floating here in, an apartment. I'm grounded, but what I'm going to do, or what I'm doing right now, I'm sitting, yeah. And I didn't notice as well, but if you stand, you have more gravity than when you sit, and when you lay down, you have even less. Yeah, so the worst or the least amount of gravity you actually do have when you're laying flat. I mean, it's a lot better than if you were, up there in the air, circling, I don't know, Mars or something, and have no gravity at all. But yes, in a sitting mode and in a laying flat mode, you have less gravity. Yeah, this is why patients, for example, in hospitals, or people, have cannot walk or have any, issues, and they have to lay down a long time, or most of the time they laying down, they as well have issues with sleep, because they have a lot of other issues, health issues. But yes, being confined to a laying position, or like to a bed, actually, yes, worsens their sleep. This is not helping. So why I'm talking about this in gravity, the thing is, now we are inside. Yeah, so normally what do kids do? They jump, they run, they do, even if they're inside, if they in a guarderia here, how do you say this, in childcare or whatever, but normally they're very active. Yeah, and they're not used to be in a tiny space like our houses normally are, if you're not, the lucky ones. So they're not as active as before, which means they have less gravity. It really sounds weird and maybe a little bit absurd, but it's like that, yeah. And then what we do, I was thinking the last couple of days, what did I do with my kids? Well, we were sitting a lot. I said, okay, let's have breakfast. We're sitting down to have breakfast. We're sitting down to have lunch and dinner. So we're sitting. We're reading a book. Let's sit down on the sofa, read a book, or even cuddle in bed and, laying down in bed and reading a book, having some board games. It's great, do all of this, doing crafts with your kid. Even, when you have older kids and they go to school and you do some school homework or anything, you sit down. Yeah, so they sit down. You're not jumping up and down in your apartment. Maybe like for 5 minutes you say, okay, they need to get their energy out, go to the sofa, to the bed, jump up and down. But we're talking about 5 minutes in comparison with their regular day, and they would do this throughout the day. If you combine the little periods of jumping, running, being up, standing, this would be hours. Yeah, and now we're talking about I don't know, smaller amount of times. Yeah, and this is not helping matters either. And it's not just a day. Yeah, it's not like a day or 2 days, the weekend it's rainy and we have like watching Disney like one movie after another. This is okay, but we're talking, I think it was the 5th or the 6th day, actually. Sixth day actually. So we're talking about days and days. Yeah, and they are not sick. So sometimes, yes, there's a period when your kids or you yourself not leaving the house because you've been sick, but this is different. Then you're sleeping better because you sleep a lot because your body actually is producing some proteins to make you sleepy. Because when you're sick, what do you need to do? Sleep. Yeah, so your body actually forces you to sleep more. But we're not sick. Yeah, we just cannot go out. This is all. But we need to take care of ourselves. So what can we do? Stand up. Even just standing up is so much better than sitting down. Yeah, actually I should get my computer and do this live video standing up. Yeah, and I know you cannot do everything standing up, but make an effort. Maybe have your phone on a timer and every 30 minutes remind yourself standing up for 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, or even move a little bit. Your kids, we're talking about your kids here, make them standing up as well. If you do crafts, maybe I don't know, you can do something in the kitchen where they're standing, on the countertops, or just see what you can do so they get more gravity. Yeah, this is a really weird solution, or not a solution, advice, but believe me, it's a good one. Yeah. And then they need to get rid of energy because they're so full of energy. We are. Yeah. I get cranky being here because I really want to go out. I feel weird. I feel itchy. I feel like, so they 100 times worse. Yes, apart from gravity, they need movement. They need to get tension out. A body, doesn't matter if it's an adult or if it's a small or a child or young baby, we cannot fall asleep physically if our body is tense. Yeah, and that doesn't mean like we in a bad position all day and this is why we tense. If we have like too much going on in our brain, we are tense. Yeah, and then we don't have the space to go out and run and jump or have a change of scenery, all these things we normally do, and we don't even notice that we do them or that they actually good for us because it's just our daily life. But now we don't have them, and suddenly we notice, oh, I'm missing them. And kids especially, they need a change of scenery, and they don't have this at the moment. Yeah, so I at least every other day can to the supermarket and have my half an hour of escape. They're not supposed to be outside because there's no reason why they should. Yeah, they're not going to work, they don't have to go to the supermarket or pharmacy, so they stay inside even more, and they a lot more need that. So what can we do? Maybe change the room. Say, okay, in the morning we go to this room and we do I don't know, playtime there. Yeah, we do crafts in the bathroom. And then we go to the living room. The living room is maybe TV time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not encouraging TV time a lot, but yeah, my kids are watching more TV than they should actually. Or do, I don't know, cooking time. Now we go to the kitchen, and now we go to the parents' bedroom, and there is like jumping on the bed time. And now we just, do zones. If not, it's all a gray matter, and it's all, this big apartment or small apartment, it's all the same. So maybe say, now we do this, now we do that. Have a schedule for them so they have like kind of a little bit of a change, and okay, now we do this, and we for an hour or two in this area, and now we go there. Even make stations for them, yeah, when they're a bit older. I mean, with babies it's so much more difficult because they're smaller and they, we are more limited to what we can do with them. But yeah, I'm talking about toddlers and older children. See what you can do, and then give them physical something to do. 2 days ago, we came up with a little board game ourselves. So, like very easy, like stations, with the little dice. And then you have stations, and when you hit, I don't know, this little field, you have to do jumping jacks, 10 jumping jacks, or you have to run around the table 10 times, or you have to do squats or something. Yeah, so it was really fun, and even grandma did join us. But the thing is to get them active as well, yeah, and have designated active times and designated times, coming down and maybe reading a book or so. If not, it's gonna get all messy. It's not structured anymore, and structure for small children and bigger children is like the key point here, and they don't have it at home anymore. It's really hard to do that. So see, how can you structure your day? And even if you have to cook, well, your life goes on, you cannot just only play with your kids. Maybe make this a block of your day. Say, okay, now it's cooking time, everybody in the kitchen, and even like the smallest baby can, I don't know, hand you a spoon or something. Yeah, involve them and make blocks, and for your sanity as well. Yeah, so it's really important that they stand up, they get up, they're not just sitting down the whole day. You as well put a reminder on your phone, and move. Yeah, move as much as you can. While you're reading a book, maybe say, hey, we're reading a book and we're going in circles a little bit, or we're sitting down and up, or playing the thing you're reading. Yeah, the story you're reading can maybe be something you can do. What else can we do? Sleep pressure. It's what just I'm talking about. You need your body clock to be in sync to go to sleep, because we have sleep windows, like a timing of our body when our body says now is the time to go to sleep, and then the sleep window closes and we have a second wind, and now our body doesn't want to go to sleep. Yeah, so we have like a certain time frames throughout the day, or especially at night, when our body says now go to sleep, and especially our kids do have them very prominent. So we need to figure out the right time to put them down. But apart from this, there is something called sleep pressure, and sleep pressure is something when you're awake builds up. Yeah, as soon as you open your eyes, this builds up in your brain. It's like a chemical, or like protein, and the more you have, the sleepier you get. This is a factor of time. Yeah, so it's not with your circadian rhythm or your body clock. It's actually something very physical. So you wake up and you're building up sleep pressure until you have the needed amount of sleep pressure to be really tired and go to sleep. Yeah, so you need the amount of awake time to build up the sleep pressure, but then on the same time, it's very important that you do something physical. Yeah, so being active as well builds up sleep pressure. And what's happening now, we are not as active. Our kids are not as active. Even like the smallest babies are not as active. Yeah, so they have less sleep pressure. So their body clock, due the issue with the light and gravity and everything, is not really perfect, and now their sleep pressure is a lot less. That means they're not as sleepy. Yeah, and they will have a harder time to release stress. Yeah, so everything is a little bit against the odds of falling asleep easily or staying asleep. Yeah, so if they don't sleep well, then they're more stressed. Yeah, even if you don't notice, oh, I'm so stressed. I mean, a kid manifests stress in a different way, but you can see like they're a bit more stressed. Yeah, and the stressor, this more stressed out they are, the worse they will sleep, and they will wake up in the mornings earlier and earlier, because this is just how the body works. Yeah, I'm not going into details why that is, but the less they sleep in general, the earlier they're going to wake up in the morning. Yeah, so if your kids are still on naps, 1 nap, 2 naps, 3 naps, whatever naps they are on, don't skip them. Yeah, sometimes people or parents think, I need to skip naps so they're going to be tired enough and they're going to sleep better. No. Yeah, as I said, there's a scientific explanation why it is like this, but it's not going to work. Or put them to bed too late, so maybe they're going to sleep longer in the morning. I would recommend you, if you have babies, toddlers, children, try in these 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I don't know how long we're going to stay in here, to have the same schedule. Don't change it. Yeah, the odds are against you already. You don't have enough light, you don't have enough sleep pressure and activities and change of scenery and gravity. So you have a lot of things going against you. Whatever you can, do it. So keep them on the same schedule. Don't put them to bed later. It's not vacation time. Yeah, vacation time would say, yes, sleep until you want. We're going out. We're gonna have fun. We make an excursion. This works with sleep and this works with vacation time, but it doesn't work with this lockdown time, because we are not in vacation. Yeah, we're not doing the same things we would do when you're on vacation. Okay, anxiety. As I said, try to keep everybody's anxiety levels as low as possible. Yeah, I mean, we are worried. I'm worried, not just about getting sick, about everything. The economy, about everything. Yeah, so we are uncertain, and this, if we want or if we don't want to, we kind of transmit this to our kids. Even babies are very sensible to our moods. Yeah, they don't get a word we're saying when they're really little, but they see if you, or they feel if you're in a good mood, bad mood, if you're tense, even if you're smiling, they can just sense how you are. So try to relax yourself. Try to see, as it's a really difficult moment in time, and we all in there together. So as I said, I don't have any solution. Yeah, this is not to give you a solution, but I just want to let you know, what can you do? Have these little pieces and of advice, or points I gave you in mind. See what you can do, and maybe just having 5 or 10 more minutes of sunlight can actually make a little bit of a difference. Yeah, so I always say, to have the knowledge gives you power. It doesn't give you necessarily the solution, but at least you know what's going on and you can try to find a solution. If you have no clue, then you will not find a solution for sure. Okay, so stay healthy, stay inside. Please take this serious. It's not a joke. Enjoy the family time you have. Enjoy the best you can. Try to manage this the best you can, and then try to prioritize sleep. Now it's a time you actually can think about making sleep your priority. You're staying inside. There's not a lot of things, social life, getting in the way of sleep, and you need sleep to stay healthy. Your kids need to sleep. You need to sleep. And I just wrote a blog post, or I'm just in the middle of writing a blog post about why our immune system needs sleep to fight coronavirus. Yeah, any virus for that matter, but for example, coronavirus, how our immune system works and what's happening if we don't sleep enough. Yeah, why are we weakening ourselves? And I think at the moment, nobody wants to have a weak immune system. I'm just gonna relaunch very soon in the next couple of days my new webpage. Yeah, it's about adult sleep. It's not online yet, but I'm gonna make an announcement as soon as it is, and this is gonna be the first blog post, about the immune system. So if this is something, it's not meant for kids in particular, for everybody, old and young ones. But yeah, you have to stay at home, so try to figure out your sleep. Yeah, sleep. There's nothing to do. Sleep. This is my main advice for everybody, and see with these little hacks if you can get the best sleep possible. Okay. A big hug to everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and talk to you soon. I hope I could shed some light on this issue.